No parachute? No problem. Skydiving is a popular activity among those who enjoy adrenaline in their everyday lives. In 2016, 3.2 million Americans jumped out of planes. Luke Akins was just one of those 3 million people, but his jump was unlike any other. The professional skydiver challenged himself to do something truly extraordinary. Jump from 25,000 feet, 7,620 meters, without a parachute. About 2 minutes after he flew into the sky, he landed safely in a large net close to the ground. Mr. Akins has over 25 years of skydiving experience. Even though he likes taking risks, the idea not to wear a parachute wasn't his. When one of his friends suggested it and offered to help him organize the jump, he thought that it was too dangerous. He turned down the offer at first, but then couldn't get the idea out of his head. Is there a way to make it safe? He kept asking himself. After a few weeks of thinking about it all the time, he finally agreed to do it. Luke knew that he couldn't do something so risky spontaneously. It took him 2 years to carefully plan and prepare for the jump. In those 24 months, he spent countless hours in the gym and in the sky. He had to work on his technique and strategy. The process was difficult, but he could always count on his friends and family for support. 3 of them, who were also skydivers, decided to jump with him. They wore their parachutes, so Luke was still the only person in the world who wanted to jump without one. Finally, the big day came. On July 30th, 2016, at 5:45 p.m., Luke Akins jumped out of a small plane 25,000 feet above the ground in southeast California. He was under a lot of pressure. Over 1 million people were watching his every move on live TV. The media described the event as the most dangerous stunt any television has ever shown live. Many people expected Luke to be really nervous, and they were right. In one of the interviews he gave right before the jump, he said that the nerves were completely natural and they were a good sign. For the first 10,000 feet, 3,048 meters of his spectacular fall from the plane, Akins wore an oxygen mask. Then he gave it to one of the 3 men skydiving next to him. He was going down at the speed of about 120 miles, 193 kilometers per hour. He used a GPS and 4 special lights to make sure exactly where the huge net was. About 1 second before he hit the net, he turned his body around to land on his belly. That was exactly what he did. He landed safely close to the edge of the net. A few days after the jump, Luke said he was still on cloud 9. His wife and son were very excited and proud of him too. Today, 5 years later, he is still the only person who did it, and no one will probably beat his record anytime soon.